What's up guys, Cloudie here checking in from the America server, and today we have some exciting news about soul weapon changes and Eclipse changes. So basically the endgame stuff that has been giving us headache for the past couple of months. Vespa is reacting, improving things. Let's just say what they have to tell us about the upcoming changes. Now some of this is scheduled for the first patch in May, which is from a week from now, but the Eclipse stuff is only for June 2nd update, so they have this noted here. I got really hyped when I read the Eclipse stuff first, but then saw this part and then that was a super downer. But okay, let's see what they have for us. Now the first part involves the soul judgment, when you get this, the random soul stones and the mercy gift after 20 pulls. Basically they acknowledge that getting a totally random one is just not fun, because so many times you get stuff that is useless to you. See my 3 Rafi pools. So now they are adding a new item called Protection of the God King, and when you have this item in your inventory, instead of getting one random soul stone, you will be getting the option to choose from 3. So you still only get one, but you can choose which one out of 3 random ones. So it's still entirely possible that you get like Rafi Luna Baudin, and sorry if you guys like any of these, I just don't. But yeah, you have a better chance that you can choose something that's at least relevant to you. God, I can't speak today, sorry guys. So yeah, you have a better chance that something will be relevant to you, which is nice. I acknowledge that. Still not ideal, but hey, it reduces the RNG craziness, especially with all the heroes we have. So not a bad thing, really. Of course, you will need this item, and the question is how you will obtain this item. Now they say that during the patch you will receive one of these, and there will be an event which will give 3 more. So basically with my luck I can do 40 pulls and that will be enough for me. But I have a feeling that this will be added to the money shop. Whether it's through rubies or through real money only, you can only guess, but I have a very strong feeling that they will be selling this in the shop, which is also smart from them. And yeah, I guess it's fine. If you want to spend money on the game, then it can improve your experience. So yeah, pulling will be a little bit less painful with the choices. You still can get absolutely terrible luck, but maybe a little bit less terrible. So that's a good step in the good direction, I think. Next up, the other really big pain in the ass part of the game is advancing soul weapons. I'm actually at this step on my Seria and I just can't move on from it because I just keep failing. Now Vespa also acknowledges this, and they have tried to come up with a solution, although I'm not entirely happy with the outcome, and a lot of other people aren't. A lot of people would like to have at least some compensation of sorts, but Vespa is saying that, oh, that would be unfair, so they will probably not do that. Now, we still aren't getting fail bonuses like we do with unique weapons or unique treasures, but instead what they do is that there is a minimum amount of ethers that you need to add to try and do the advancement, but you can add more, and the more you add, the higher your chance goes, and you can overfill it all the way to 100%. Like they show in this example, you can try it at 32%, which is the base at 15. But if you keep adding more ethers, you can go up all the way to 100%, and then you will not be gambling. So basically, if you have the ethers, you can just skip out on the gambling part and not have that headache or heartache from the continuous fails. I know someone who has like my terrible luck. I'm happy with this, in a sense. It would have been nice to have a little bit of option with gambling, like if you fail you still get a higher chance the next time, because I really like that actually in the unique weapons. Everyone hates Jin for breaking the items, but still people enjoy a little bit of gambling and still feel that they are rewarded a little bit, that they are a little bit closer to their goals if they fail. And I think that's a very good system. It works. It has been working for years. They should have implemented it here too. This is like a half a step, but still, it's also an improvement. I'm happy for it. Like, won't complain, I guess. I'll just have to hoard even more and just probably have to try to like overcharge every single step after like 15 or when it's getting really low. My experience was that every time I tried anything at like 50%, I had to try at least 2 times, but sometimes even 3. So yeah, this is the supplement system that they are implementing, and yeah, I guess it will be easier now to get to plus 20 as long as you have the eaters, which is of course nice for Vesper as well, because you can buy eaters from the shop and easier to A2 plus 20 then. Okay, moving on. And this is more like a UI change that they felt, and this is true that the stats on the soul weapons are a bit hard to read with the current UI. It's not always entirely clear how many stats you have, what you are changing to, and whether you are capped or not. So this is what they are changing now, that it will be more easy to see just exactly how much stat changes you are getting and how close you are to having the maximum stat. For instance, if you are trying to reroll for maximum amount of attack from that soul weapon. So this is something they change, make it clearer, basically good stuff. And yeah, they give some examples how it's gonna look in the new version. Also, they felt that people don't always see that rearranging the stats actually costs rubies, so they make it like a bigger warning that yes, you will be spending rubies if you are re-rolling your stats. Yeah, okay. Now, this part had me really hyped, but then I really somehow missed that it was only in June, so then basically they are talking about that their original intent was for Eclipse to let you use a lot of build heroes or a lot of parties, even if they are not super built. But then the way they managed to create Eclipse is that actually what works is one hyper-focused team, someone like Esker or Celine or Ophelia or I'm not Lorraine is one of the newer ones who works, and basically you just have that single team go through every single wave and just clear as far as you can go, because then the later teams, especially if they aren't that heavily built, they just don't make a dent in the monsters because they got one-shotted and make no damage at all. So they didn't quite manage to create the content that they wanted. But I wonder, did you guys not test it? Did you guys not see that this was the thing? Anyway, they try to fix that in a sense that from now on, if you wipe with one team, your next team will be starting from the beginning of the battle. That means that if you are starting on, say, wave 10, get to wave 30 and wipe, then your second team will start on wave 10 and then go as far as you can go, and then your third team and your fourth team and so on. Now, they also say that they do not want you to spend so much time on the game because they are aware that you can burn out from having too much content, too much playing. So they say that basically they will reduce the number of teams you can bring. They do not say how much they will reduce it, just that it will be less than 20. So that's alright, because yeah, not even I have 20 viable teams. Close, but not exactly. I mean, viable if you start from the beginning. And important here is that every team that runs will get the rewards based on how far they get. So this means that you do not just get your highest run, you get every single run based on how far they got. So if you go to level 30 or stage 30 with one team, you get a bunch of gold eaters. Like if you have one team who wipes on stage 18, then maybe you don't even get reds. And then all of this is added together, and that's your final reward for your Eclipse, and that's pretty good. This they do change the numbers of how much you will get per stage, so we don't really know yet exactly how this changes the acquisition of eaters, but they say that their intent is to let you gain more. So I hope that you will be able to gain more. Especially, I'm really looking forward to just having more blues. I know it's crazy. I have so many used or unused soul weapons that just couldn't be like even gotten to +5 because I couldn't spare the blue ones. So if I could just get more blues, I would already be happy. So definitely a good thing. Also, they are changing the maximum number of tickets you can have for Eclipse. This is going up from 3 to 5, so definitely a good change. And they are making it possible that you use more than one ticket in a single run. Now, they don't exactly explain how this is going to work. My assumption is that, for instance, you can use 2 tickets for one run and you get double the rewards. Now, this is a form of gambling, because if you mess up, then you just messed up 2 tickets, not a single one, but it can save you time. Or if you get a really good run and you gambled on having more tickets on it, then you get more rewards out of that run. So I guess it's not a bad thing. Yeah, can be fun, especially if you do not want to spend so much time, or if you have like a lot of alts. Hello Mittens, I'm talking about you. or whatever, so it can be useful. And they add the speed multiplier to the battle, but as far as I understand from this sentence here, you cannot change it during the battle, just before or after it. I don't know why they complicate it that way. Like, what if I just don't want to spend so much time on certain waves, but for some boss stages I want to be able to like time my skills better? Why is this a bad thing if I can do this freely? I don't know why they do the complication here, but that's what they decided on. Yeah. So yeah, at the end they say that their intent is to give you more ethers than you can now, especially for Dazzling, Shining, and Brilliant, and they hope that this will make more people happy. Of course, they also state that this is still just their current plan. Until implementation, things can still change. I do not expect changes to the soul weapon stuff anymore, because that's released in less than a week from here, or in a week actually. But the Eclipse stuff and the Ether stuff can still be changed, so do not take it for granted, but this is the current plan. So yeah, this is our sneak peek for next week's patch so far. I'm sure they will be adding more stuff in May. There is a new event coming, they said. Until then, they also have an event running on Plug, which you will need to access one of these lovely Google Sheets. Now, this is right now only for America, Asia, and Europe. So if you are in one of the other servers, this does not apply to you. I assume that there are separate events for those areas or servers. I would check their respective Plug pages, or I'm not quite sure which parts you guys follow for events and news about those servers. I know Japan gets like completely different events altogether. So anyway, the stuff here is, it's a cross quiz. You get to answer questions, and then you get a hint, or you get to answer the last one, which will be a word. You can access this form. If you click on it, you get the usual Google form. I have already responded, so I can't show you. But you need to fill in, as usually, your server, your user name or nickname in the game, and the user ID. The ID that you can copy from your settings page. So you will need to give those, and then you need to give your answers. The questions are shown within this form, and as you answer one by one, you read together the letters, and you get one answer here, and you get separate rewards based on how many lines you get, and there is a final reward if you get the last one correct too. I think the answers aren't too difficult if you have been paying attention to the story and the stories of the characters themselves. Then you should be able to answer them. And yeah, if you read together the last word, it's an English word, so unless your answers do not make sense in the end, if you read them together, then don't submit it, okay, guys? I will not put the answers here yet, but if you really don't manage, I will like spoil it for you guys. But I encourage you to try it. It's really not too hard. Everyone should be able to do it, I think. Maybe you need to look up the character stories in game, but it shouldn't be hard, I believe. So yeah, I will put the link to this event into the description of the video anyway. So yeah, that has been it for today, guys. I hope you are looking forward to the changes, both to the soul weapons and to the ethers and Eclipse. I personally am. Can't wait for the second patch of June now, and then finally seeing some more ethers. Although I wonder what else is coming then, because June is, I believe, when they promise Dark Castle and Frey. But we will see. We will see. Anyway, that's been it for now, guys. See you in the next one. Cloudie out. Bye bye.